Originally, I came to ACS because I had a lot of lower back pain and leg pain. During the time I was getting successful treatment for that, I brought up the fact that I have a substantial amount of neuropathy in my feet. I was taking a lot of nerve drugs at the time. I didn't like the side effects, and I was talking with Dr. Minks about alternative treatments, and she suggested that we're developing a program that you might be interested in. We think we can help your neuropathy in your feet. Walking was definitely a problem. Feeling unstable frequently. The side effects of a drug like gabapentin, nerves in my body were objectionable. I didn't like it. I voiced that opinion to Dr. Minks, and she said, "You're a good candidate for this treatment, so what do you think about giving it a try?" After I think the first or the second treatment, I remarked that, oh my, I stepped on something and I could actually feel my arches in my feet again. And it just was a revelation, if you will. The initial exam revealed that I didn't have a heck of a lot of feeling in my feet. I couldn't distinguish between cold and hot, sharp and dull. The worst symptoms were a continuing tingling in the feet that increased with physical activity to the point that I'd get a lot of burning in my toes and in the arches of my feet, to the point that I'd have to sit down and put my feet up in order for it to dissipate. I was sort of resigning myself to the point sooner or later my feet are going to be dead. My mother got to the point that she fell down frequently because she couldn't feel her feet. She was well into her 80s when that was happening, and I thought that was my destiny, if you will. But that's not the case now. I think it was after the second or the third treatment of injections that I remarked that I could feel the arches in my feet. The results of my re-exam, I could definitely distinguish something that was cold put on my foot. If you put it on my elbow to say, okay, how does it feel on your elbow, that's a 10. When they put it on my foot for the first exam, it might have been a 2. After the re-exam, put it on the elbow, distinguish a 10, put it on my foot, and it was a 6 or a 7, I believe. I think that was after all of the injections and some of the physical treatments. Balance, definitely balance. Couldn't stand on one foot if I had to without holding on to something, because I sure felt like I would fall down because I didn't know where my feet were. I didn't have a sensation of my feet at all.
When you first started, or before you started the program, did you have a kind of a fear of falling, or did that narrative start to creep into your mind a little?
Yes.
How do you feel now?
Much better, much more stable.
More confident in your walking?
Oh yeah. When I walk, when I stand and talk to somebody, I don't get as fatigued. My balance, just standing in front of a mirror, brushing my teeth or shaving, I feel a lot more confident about my position because my feet are alive again. It seemed the other doctors were, this is just something you're going to have to live with because of your diabetes. My mother had neuropathy in her feet, and they just gave her nerve drugs to cope with it. I was basically on the same path. I think the bottom line on the whole issue of neuropathy in someone's feet is it's treatable, and it's worth a consultation at ACS to at least get the consultation to see if they can help. If you come to ACS, you're dealing with people who care about your overall medical condition and mental condition. If you're feeling out of it mentally, they'll bring you back to reality and kind of make you happy to come here and be experienced with the wonderful people at ACS. I've never had an appointment here that I've regretted. I always look forward to coming to all of my appointments. You can do physical treatments in order to make you feel better. And the feeling of coming here is that the light at the end of the tunnel is not a locomotive coming at you. It's a way out.